Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Mr. B's Art Hive. As you can see, I am filming this episode outside because today we're going to be actually drawing some tulips. And so I have these tulips popping up. So I thought, what a better way to introduce this project than to be actually with a tulip. And this is also a great project for Mother's Day, which is coming up. So make sure you have a piece of paper and a pencil, and let's get started. Alright, so I'm starting this project with a pencil and a piece of paper, and then I also have some watercolors. If you are lucky enough to have some watercolors at home, then I would suggest those. If not, then you can use anything to color, or you can just leave it black and white. So since Mother's Day is coming up, I thought it'd be nice if you folded your paper and made it into a card. So simply fold it in half. And now you have a nice card for somebody. And then to make your tulip, I was thinking of keeping it really simple. So I was thinking of just doing like a little bouquet on the front of this card. So what I always do when I draw flowers is kind of plan it out. So I'm gonna start by planning out where the petals of my tulips are gonna go. So I'll do this U shape, one here, and then I'll do 3. It'd be kind of cute if you did, you know, as many tulips as there are people in your family. So I'll do 4 here, but you don't want to do too much. Or you do, maybe not, I don't know, it's up to you. So now I have my tulips planned out where they're gonna be on my paper. Let's see, can you see that? I will draw a little bit more. I'll press harder on my pencil so that you can see better. So I'm planning this out. You know my motto, draw light till you got it right. And tulips have this very round shape. And then they have these stems that come down very, very straight. So when you draw your tulip stem, make sure it's really straight. And I'm doing 2 lines, parallel lines that come down in the same path. And they can curve a little bit if you want them to. If you want to challenge yourself, try and overlap some of these stems. And then at the bottom, I'm leaving that part blank because I'm actually going to make the leaves for the tulip, which are very curvy. So I kind of figure out where I want them to go with these squiggly leaf lines. And then I kind of just come back with these points at the end. They're very pointy leaves. Now I've kind of created this little base that I can bring these lines down to. Alright, and then I can just close it off at the bottom and say that's going to be where the drawing stops. And then in here I'm feeling like it needs a little bit more leaf, so I'm gonna go up, and then this is kind of tricky. You got to jump over your pencil lines with your pencil. So stop, jump, and then come back over, creating this kind of long, elegant line. And then I'll just go inside of each one of those little spikes that I made with another line, and that will create that center line. It's like a vein in the leaf, and you can have fun with you know, overlapping, and you can get really creative here. Look, I'm erasing because I drew light and then I wasn't happy, so I said, oh, I'm going to change that just a little bit. Always good to start with pencil, as you know. Okay, so I have my little tulip bouquet. Hopefully you can see that. And so what I'm going to do now is create the petals. So tulips have this really simple and beautiful petal shape. I'm just coming up from one side and curving down and around. Almost looks like a raindrop. And then I'll do the same thing here, but you're connecting into that one. And then I'll do one little thing poking up in the middle. And it can be as simple as that. Just 3 lines. Or you can make it a little bit, add more petals. And then this one, I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. I'm actually gonna start in the middle and come up with that squiggly raindrop. And now I have this raindrop type shape with 2 lines extending outward, and then I can connect those inward. So you're just playing around with the layers of the petal here. And then in the back, behind everything, I can make another little petal. I might say, oh, I don't like how that looks. So I'll erase it and curve a little bit more. Maybe the top is too spiky. I'm only doing this, I'm only being so precise because I've just looked at a tulip. So I was really trying to figure out exactly how to draw it. It's one of those things where I haven't really drawn tulips much, but because of this event that we're in the middle of, I've been trying to draw things that I don't usually draw, which is a great way to pass the time. Here's another tulip. So swoop down, around, creating that teardrop shape, connect it, and then one more in the middle. But they can have a little point and then a curve down. And you can say, ooh, what if I brought one more out right here? Challenge yourself. Maybe a little baby tulip. The ones that haven't bloomed yet sometimes they're just very small and they just have a little bit of their petals showing, and you can maybe make one more that pops up there. So really just simple lines make a beautiful tulip bouquet. Now I'm ready to color. And so what I'm going to do is use my watercolors. And because I'm using watercolors, I'm going to be really careful about not mixing colors without washing my brush. And I'm also going to be really careful that I try and stay inside my pencil lines, but it's okay if you go outside the lines. And so I'll start with the hardest parts. I like to start with the hardest parts, and then once I know that I've gotten over those little challenges, I know I can do the rest. So I'm going to carefully paint inside my pencil lines, maybe mix up the greens that I'm using. I always tell my students to count to 10 when they're when they're rinsing off their brushes, because that ensures that the brush is clean. So I have this light green here, and maybe I say, oh, I'm just so excited, I really want to paint my petals. They're going to be so pretty. So now I'm going to wash it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and pink. Pink is the winner. There we go. And the other thing I love about tulips is that they have lots of different colors. Some of them almost look like they're tie-dyed, so they have this mix of colors. And watercolors are great to blend. So I did my pink. Before it dries, I'm going to quickly go into my yellow, and let's see what happens if I mix a little bit of water and then I add a little bit of yellow to that pink. I think I like how that looks. So play around with color mixing. This is one of those projects where don't worry so much about making it detailed, worry about just playing around with color. And then let's see what happens if I put my pink back in the yellow. I really hope you can see this. I think these are okay. So, ooh, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? All right, let's try the next one. I'm gonna go for a red. Make sure I get a nice amount of color on my brush. This little one gets some red. There you go, little guy. That's gonna be a nice red tulip. I think I need some purple on this bouquet. You get some purple. You get purple. And you also get orange. Let's see what happens if I mix purple and orange together. It might turn brown, but it might not. Experimenting is fun. Okay, maybe, yeah, I'm seeing a little brown, so watercolors are so much fun to blend with. And if you don't have watercolors, please email me and I can probably help you out. And then this one I'm gonna do, shout it out, somebody shout it out. Oh, I think I heard yellow through the cyber universe. Good job, whoever shouted yellow. And the last one, shout it out, shout it out. I heard pink again through the cyber universe. I actually can't hear you. I wish I could. But I'm just imagining that you really wanted a pink tulip. Maybe, let's see, you know, because we are artists and we can do whatever we want. I'm gonna see what happens if I make a blue tulip. Who says there can't be a blue tulip? Actually, that looks pretty cool. So, I'm gonna finish this on my own and I'm gonna let you work on yours. I really would love to see what your artwork looks like. So send them to me through email or tell your parents to email me. And I hope you have a very pleasant time with this project. It's very relaxing. And I encourage you to do it outside if you can. All right, hope you had fun.